Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, invited delegates, the faculty members of different universities and colleges, officers from the university, students, learners, and my dear colleagues. I, Krishangi Sekia, take this opportunity to welcome you all on behalf of Krishnakanta Pandikoil State Open University to the one-day national seminar on the theme Women in Decision-Making Roles in Corporates. This seminar has been organized by Krishnakanta Pandikoil State Open University in collaboration with the National Commission for Women, New Delhi. This national seminar will attempt to facilitate an open and engaging dialogue on the challenges, opportunities, and best practices for increasing women's participation in leadership positions, ultimately contributing to a more equitable and balanced corporate landscape. Additionally, the seminar will aim at assisting us in understanding the current state of women in decision-making roles, identifying the barriers and challenges hindering women's advancement in corporate leadership. In conjunction, we believe the seminar will be a platform for sharing success stories and best practices from organizations that have effectively promoted gender diversity and also discuss strategies to empower and support women in pursuing leadership positions. It is our privilege to have Shri Povitra Margherita, Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, and Political Secretary to the Chief Minister of Assam amidst us as the chief guest for the seminar. We are indeed privileged that Srimati Nandita Hazarika, Director Independent Netflix, has also graced us as the guest of honor. May I now request and invite Honorable Vice Chancellor Krishnakanta Pandikoil State Open University, Professor Rajendra Prasad Das on the dais to kindly come and occupy the chair. With equal pleasure, I would also like to invite our distinguished guests, Shri Povitra Margherita and Srimati Nandita Hazarika, to come to the dais. I would also like to invite our Registrar in Charge, Professor Pranjit Bora, to the dais. Thank you. Before moving further, I would like to request all present here to kindly rise for the university anthem.
Durla Pansa
Thank you. We would like to begin the event by paying homage to Ma Saraswati and lighting the ceremonial lamp. I take the honor of requesting our chief guest, Sri Pabitra Margareta, to offer tribute to Ma Saraswati and light the ceremonial lamp. Also, I would like to request the dignitaries on the dais kindly to occupy our chief guest and take part in the prayer. May I now request the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajendra Prasad Das, to offer the felicitation to our esteemed chief guest, Sri Pabitra Margareta, with a Phulam Gamsa and a bouquet. I request Dr. Arunima Bora to assist Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Again, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to felicitate our guest of honor, Srimati Nandita Hazarika, with a Phulam Gamsa and a bouquet on behalf of the University. I request Dr. Arjuna Adhikari to assist Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Thank you. I have the honor to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to offer the welcome address for the one-day national seminar on women in decision-making roles in corporates.
Good morning, everybody. मेरा सभी को नमस्कार. It is indeed a great privilege for us that today we have with us in this inauguration session Sri Pabitra Margareta ji, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, and Political Secretary to Honorable Chief Minister. And we have the guest of honor, Madam Nandita Hazarika ji, my old friend, Professor Chandana Goswami ji, the Director of the school, Professor Dipendra Narayan Sharma ji, all other officials of our university, delegates from different colleges and universities, and media friends, my dear students. Indeed, it is a great pleasure for all of us that consecutively we are getting this opportunity from National Commission for Women to organize a seminar on various themes which are burning issues of the state, burning issues of the country. And this time, we have got this support from National Commission for Women to organize this seminar on the theme, Women in Decision-Making Roles in Corporates. And to participate, deliberate in this conference, we have invited good number of people. Majority of them are women, occupying very senior position in different walk of life. I am confident this one-day national seminar will intensively discuss various issues which are related to women in decision making, particularly in corporates. At the outset, again, I have to say before Honorable Member of Parliament Rajya Sabha and Honorable Distinguished Guest that this is one of the only open university in the northeastern states, though it was started in 2006, but for various reasons we started in full-fledged manner from 2010-11 onwards. And in this more than 1 decade's journey, we have established as one of the best open universities of the country. It is not me as Vice Chancellor saying, it has been said by the UGC Secretary time and again, and he emphatically said in the presence of Honorable Minister of Education that because of various achievement of KK Handy in terms of quality, in terms of quantity, in terms of maintenance of rules and regulation of distance education, it has been considered as one of the best open universities of the country. And in this context, one of the indicators of a successful open university is student enrollment and achievement of the student. In a very short time, our registration and re-registration of student has touched 1.5 lakh. And our target is to enroll at least 1 lakh students every year. And if we will be able to do that, by this time we have touched around 73,000 students. And if we are able to achieve our target of 1 lakh enrollment, not re-registration, perhaps we will be equal to 15 general universities of the state newly created. So in this context, I feel that we are getting support from government, but that support which we are getting, we need little more visible support so that we can do many more things to be one of the #1 open universities of the country. In this context, I personally share with Honorable Member of Rajya Sabha that what support we need from the state government of Assam. And coming to the topic, women in decision making is a very important topic. It's a very important issue in the society. Women does not take decision only in the corporate houses, they also take decision in every walk of life. जिस देश में हम पैदा हुए हैं, वो देश का जो महानता है, हम करें सीताराम, and we do not say Ram Sita. So that itself gives a message how much importance we say Lakshmi Narayan. How much importance we give to women in this country. That is historically, and that is also proved mythologically in different walks of life. At present, if we look at the importance of women, the first citizen of the country is women. So under the dynamic leadership of the present government, with its strong ideology and support, we give a lot of importance to women in this country. And if we look at the result of different competitive examination or 10th class 10th examination or 12th examination or UPS examination, we find that majority of the toppers are women. And nearly 50% of the students registered are women. Recently, the Honorable Education Minister of the state wrote me a letter that we have to see that why boys are not doing well or why their number is declining. So that is a very clear message. And another important information I want to share the gathering, that more than 50% of our learners are women. And in post-graduation, almost 60% of our learners are women. So as a open university, we give a lot of weightage to women students who would have been deprived in their life for higher education in the state. And about decision making, if we look at it, as I said, decision making is an integral part of everyone's life. Starting from the day one becomes conscious, one has to take a decision, because without decision we cannot do anything. And particularly somebody has rightly said, management is managing life, and management starts from home. And if we look at mother is considered to be the best manager in our lives. And if we analyze the success or failure of a family, it depends upon mother, not father. So it is the success of family, if it depends upon the decision which mother takes, that itself gives a message that how much importance we give to the decision mother takes in the family for the success of the family. Similarly, the case in corporate life. If we look at corporate life, Now, long back in 1970, whenever Arvind Tapler wrote a book on future search, he had predicted that 50% of workforce of the corporate world will be women. And I remember in 80s when I was reading that book, I was thinking that how is it possible? But today, if we look at it, it is 50% in some corporate houses. If you look at IT sector, it is 60%, 70%, sometimes more than that. So their success, survival, efficiency and effectiveness depends upon the decision making. So as we have very short time with our Honorable Chief Guest, so I will be participating in some of the sessions. So I can also give my ideas about this decision making of women in corporate houses. So without standing between Honorable Chief Guest and our time, I once again welcome Honorable Chief Guest and Honorable Distinguished Guest and all the dignitaries who are participants to this one-day national seminar. I am sure that the deliberation which will be held in this seminar will definitely give us more information, more inputs to strengthen the women's participation in decision-making process, not in corporate sectors, but in the entire system, subsystems of our society. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It is indeed our privilege to have amongst us as the chief guest for the seminar, Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, and Political Secretary to the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Shri Professor Margareta. Shri Margareta joined politics in 2014 and became an active member of the Bharatiya Janata Party. He is serving as the spokesperson of Assam BJP since the same year. He has also served as the Prabhari of Social Media Cell, Assam BJP, and Zilla Prabhari of Kamrup North District BJP. He has also served as the chairman of Jyoti Citrabon Film and Television Studio, Government of Assam, from 2017 to 2021. Shri Margareta has also served as member secretary of the State Level Advisory Committee for Students and Youth Welfare, Government of Assam, from November 2021 to March 2022. It is worthwhile to mention that Shri Margareta is a renowned cultural activist. In addition, Shri Margareta is also currently a member of the Consultative Committee of Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. I welcome you, sir. May I request you to kindly address the august gathering in this one-day national seminar.
Namaskar. সম্মানীয় শ্রীযুত রাজেন্দ্র প্রসাদ দাস ডাঙৰীয়া উপাচাৰ্য KKHSOU, শ্ৰীযুতা নন্দিতা হাজৰিকা, Director Independent Nelfi, Professor Pranjit Bora, Registered Judge, Krishnakanta Handegoi, Mukta Vishwavidyalaya, and he's a friend of mine. And I've seen many dignitaries in front of the dais. বহু কেইগৰাকী বিশিষ্ট ব্যক্তি মোৰ সন্মুখতো আছে, মোৰ সকলো জ্যেষ্ঠ ভাতৃ ভগ্নীলৈ আন্তৰিক শ্ৰদ্ধা আৰু শুভেচ্ছা জনাইছোঁ। আজি আচলতে আহিব পৰা অৱস্থাত নাছিলোঁ, কাৰণ 11:30 পৰা নৰেন্দ্ৰ মোদী ডাঙৰীয়াৰ এখন আভাসী সভা আছিল, a virtual meeting to be addressed by the Prime Minister at 11:30 this morning. So it's mandatory for us to attend that meeting. So I thought that I would be able to come, but my friend Pranjit, তেখেতে ইমানেই কলেজ আহিব লাগিব, চ' আজি আহি উপস্থিত হৈছোঁ আৰু আহি খুব সুখ অনুভৱ কৰিছোঁ। ইমান সুন্দৰ এটা বিদ্যায়তনিক পৰিৱেশ আৰু ইয়াত এটা খুব সুন্দৰ বিষয়বস্তুৰ ওপৰত আলোকপাত কৰি এক মনোজ্ঞ শৈক্ষিক বৌদ্ধিক চিন্তা চেতনা সমৃদ্ধ এক আলোচনা চক্ৰৰ ইয়াত আয়োজন হ'ব। আৰু KKHৰ এই যি শৈক্ষিক অভিযান, সেই অভিযানৰ এক অংশ আজিৰ সভাৰ প্ৰাক মুহূৰ্তত আমিও এক সামান্য অংশ হ'বলৈ পাই সুখ অনুভৱ কৰিছোঁ। ইয়াত বহুকেইগৰাকী শৈক্ষিক সাংস্কৃতিক বৌদ্ধিক জগতৰ পুৰুষা ব্যক্তিয়ে আৰু সবল সপ্ৰতিভাৱে নিজৰ চিন্তাধাৰা প্ৰতিষ্ঠা কৰা ব্যক্তি আমাৰ মাজত আছে আমি ভাবোঁ তেখেতসকলে আমাৰ গোটেই দিনটো খুব সুন্দৰভাৱে এক নতুন চিন্তন মন্থনৰ পৰিৱেশত আমাক ৰাখি থ'ব so বিশেষটো ক'ব নালাগে I have to speak just 2-3 minutes because for my I'm running out of time so I'm grateful really to for all for this opportunity to address such an erudite gathering on a topic that is in tune with the changing times. Although I must admit that I was surprised initially when my friend Pranjit on behalf of the university administration extended an invitation to deliver a speech at this event. What is it that a politician can contribute to an academic discourse on women leadership in the corporate world? Obviously, I asked myself. However, when I paused and thought for a moment, memories took me back to Mumbai, where I had begun my corporate career in the mid-90s. I feel fortunate to have witnessed how businesses were starting to flourish in the Indian financial capital, that is Bombay at the time, after the economic liberalization of the early 90s. Not only was I trying to find a footing in the new city and a new life, I was also looking at the country transform economically and socially. While an economic transformation was given, some of the societal shifts were even more pronounced. One of these societal shifts included the journey of a woman from homes to the boardrooms. I do not mean to suggest that the Indian women were earlier cut off from the economic mainstream from the decision-making process. আমি জানোই আমি মহাকাব্যিক যুগৰ পৰা মূলগাভৰু হৈ আজিলৈকে এই বিশাল সমস্যাৰ সৃষ্টিৰ পাতনিৰ পৰা সঁচা অৰ্থত ক'বলৈ গ'লে নাৰী বা মাতৃ হ'ল মূল সিদ্ধান্ত গ্ৰহণ কৰোঁতা গতিকে এইটো নতুন কথা নহয় কিন্তু কৰ্পৰেট ইজ এ নিউ থিং কৰ্পৰেট এইটো বিংশ শতিকাৰ এটা নতুন প্ৰণালী আমি যিমান উদ্যোগ বিপ্লৱৰ সময়তো আমি জানো যে সকলোতে মানুহৰ অংশগ্ৰহণ আছিল প্ৰতিটো বিপ্লৱ ইতিবাচক নেতিবাচক প্ৰতিটো বিপ্লৱতে আইমাতৃ বা মহিলা সমাজৰ এটা অৱধাৰিত এটা জড়িত হোৱাৰ এটা আৰু সিদ্ধান্ত গ্ৰহণ কৰাৰ দক্ষতা পাৰদক্ষতা অংশগ্ৰহণ অৱধাৰিতভাৱে থাকে কিন্তু কৰ্পৰেট বুলি ক'লে যিটো অভিধান আমি জানো কৰ্পৰেট বুলি the concept of corporate about which we are assembling here to discuss সেই কথাটো হ'ল নতুন ধাৰণা এটা প্ৰণালীবদ্ধ যিটো কৰ্পৰেটৰ প্ৰণালীবদ্ধ এক আজিৰ তাৰিখত আমি দেখিছোঁ সেইটোত ৰাইট ফ্ৰম মাৰ্কেটিং ফিনান্স হিউমেন ৰিচোৰ্চ অপাৰেশ্যনেল মেনেজমেণ্ট আইটি নতুনকৈ সংযোগ হৈছে এই গোটেইকেইটা কামৰ যিটো কৰ্পৰেট বুলি ক'লে আমি যিটো কওঁ সেইটো কিন্তু আমি কেইটামান দশকৰ আগৰ পৰা এই ধাৰণাটো স্পষ্ট হৈ পৰিছে যদিও ব্যৱসায়িক প্ৰতিষ্ঠান পৰিচালনা কৰাৰ সংস্থা বা ব্যক্তি সমষ্টি ইত্যাদিৰ উপস্থিতি সৰ্বত্ৰ বিৰাজমান কৌটিকালৰ পৰাই কিন্তু the concept of corporate the modern era corporate is a little bit new. Anyways, in the country, women have been the bedrock of the decision-making process in traditional Indian families, as our Honorable Vice Chancellor has already mentioned. Unfortunately, it took a long time for the women's leadership to expand from the families into organizations. India's exponential economic growth in the past decades has created more and more space for women in the workforce. In recent times, we're witnessing some positive developments in the elevation of women to senior positions of Indian corporates. According to our recent study by American accounting and advisory organization Grant Thornton, women hold 36% of senior management positions in mid-market companies in India, compared to the global figure of 32%. In India, large companies such as Infosys, Lotus India, Amazon, Kisco, ABB India and BT Group are bringing in initiatives to ensure women employees are provided more opportunities for leadership and career advancement. While we are yet to overcome a lot of challenges in this regard, We should take heart from the fact that a lot of progress has been achieved in the recent years. We need to keep in mind that India is a signatory of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, that is SDGs. There are a total of 17 SDGs, including one on achieving gender parity by 2030. Such parity has to be achieved by, among other things, ensuring full participation of women in leadership and decision making. Notably, the participation in decision making covers both economic and political arenas, as both are supplementary to each other. I feel proud to highlight that I belong to the political party that is BJP, the political party that has proved its commitment in involving more women in decision-making process. In the month of September, I had joined my colleagues in the parliament to vote for the historic Women's Reservation Bill 2023. This new legislation to bring more women leaders into political system is a testament of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision to empower the women of this country. To conclude, let me emphasize on the need of more women in decision-making roles by quoting Indra Nooyi, the celebrated Indo-American former chief of PepsiCo. She wrote in her book, My Life in Full, and I quote, "I also believe it's time to unleash the superb abilities and ingenuity of women across the country, in every strata of society, corporations, governments, and non-governmental organizations working in the country must come together on this. And most importantly, men and women must join forces to create a more inclusive, more productive, more caring nation. Only then will India be truly on the road to sustainable prosperity." So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my government and the political party I belong to, I again thank the KKHSOU and the National Commission for Women, NCW, for organizing such a meaningful national seminar on the topic, the women in decision-making roles in corporates, and I'm really privileged and really thankful to get associated as a guest to this August event. And at the end, I thank you all. Hopefully, Dhanyavad, Jaya Kham, Bande Mataram. And I seek your permission because I have already mentioned that at 11:30 I have to attend a meeting. So I take permission from all of you. And I wish you all the best and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for devoting your precious time and endowing us with your words of wisdom and experience. We would like to offer a memento to our chief guest as a token of our sincere appreciation. I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to kindly do the honor. I request Sudeshna Chaudhary to kindly assist Vice Chancellor, sir. We now have a book release ceremony. As part of the celebrations of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, KKHSOU decided to translate, compile, edit and publish a collection of selected short stories by Munshi Premchand. This volume has been edited by Dr. Pranjit Bora, Professor and Director of Padmanath Guhaipurwa School of Humanities. It is carefully compiled to include the stories which have not been previously translated to Assamese. This collection of Premchand short stories has seen the light of the day due to the creative result of several people from within the university and outside. May I request the honorable dignitaries present on the dais to formally release the book titled Kuno Dukh Nai Jodi Sagoli Ejonike Kinilua, Premchandor Nirbachito Golpo. Dr. Prosenjit Das, Dr. Sanjeev Bora, Dr. Tejasa Kolita, Dr. Nitharani Pukar, Dr. Mrinalati Desai, Srimati Himakshi Kashyap, Srimati Papuri Deka, Sri Jyotishman Das, Srimati Niharika Gogoi, Sri Utpal Mesh, and Srimati Maya Devi Subba have contributed as writers in this collection. The cover has been designed by Dr. Sanjeev Bora. May I now take the pleasure to introduce Srimati Nandita Hazarika, our guest of honor. Srimati Hazarika is a retired civil servant of the Government of Assam with over 27 years of experience in different areas relating to governance and public services. She superannuated as the Additional Secretary and State Mission Director of Assam State Rural Livelihood Mission, where she had successfully brought her skills to develop livelihood strategies and implementation of the same in the field for uplifting the poor rural women on a path of sustainable livelihood. Prior to joining the livelihood sector, she had been working in the area of disaster management in the state of Assam in the senior and responsible position of State Coordinator for Disaster Management with the UN Disaster Risk Reduction Project. She worked with the United Nations Development Programme on deputation for nearly 10 years from the Government of Assam. Srimati Hazarika was also selected as an ITEC expert by the Government of India and was assigned to Mauritius for 1.5 years as an ITEC expert for conducting a training needs assessment of the Mauritius Civil Service in Port Louis, Mauritius. She is also a master trainer of the Government of India and has developed various training modules, including one which she had co-authored on gender and disaster management, which has been published by UNDP India and Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. She was developed as a trainer on gender and disaster management by UNDP at Colombo, Sri Lanka, and has the experience of training the Afghanistan National Disaster Management Authority officials on gendering disaster risk reduction, which was held at Kabul, Afghanistan. Srimati Hazarika has also been trained on distance learning at Manchester University and has prepared distance learning training modules on Assam Civil Service Conduct Rules, Discipline and Appeal Rules, and Assam Leave Rules. Presently, she has been nominated as Director Independent Netfree. I welcome you, ma'am. May I also request you to kindly grace us by sharing your thoughts on this auspicious occasion.
Thank you. Respected guests on the dais, although there's only the Vice Chancellor today, ladies and gentlemen, a wise man of great intellect and power once said, "The best measure of a nation's progress is the way it treats its women." In a country where over 80% of the population worships goddesses of different kinds, the status of women and what they represent has varied greatly from ancient to modern times. For centuries, women have faced challenges and hurdles. Yes, some of the progress on women's rights has been achieved. 83.3% of legal frameworks that promote, enforce, and monitor gender equality with a focus on violence against women are in place. However, the goal of gender equality remains distant, with India standing at 148th position out of 156 countries in the Global Gender Gap Index 2021, published by the World Economic Forum. Indian population at the end of April 2023 was estimated at 142.86 crore, out of which the female population is around 48%. When half the population is female, can one afford to keep them out of the country's development vision? Therefore, let us just have a look what has been the progress made by India on the empowerment of women and gender equality. Let us first look at the very basic statistics, sex ratio. Sex ratio in India stands at today somewhere around 940 females per 1,000 males. The NFHS 5 data, sex ratio data, pegs it at 1,020 per 1,000 males, which seems to be at variance with the census data. Being a sample survey, NFHS data could be less accurate than the census data, and only the next census will tell us whether there are actually more females than males in India today. Although both census data and the national NFHS data is showing a steady increase. What are showing a steady increase? Sex ratio. Why is it important? Because it gives us an idea about the survival potential of the genders. That is, after they are born, how many females actually survive than males. So this gives us, and we know over a period of time what has happened. Also, gender-biased sex selection is measured through sex ratio at birth, which is different from other sex ratios that I have talked about. A comparison of the number of girls versus the number of boys born in a given year. The sex ratio at birth in India stands at 933 female births per 1,000 male births. Further, it is estimated that close to 4 lakh female births are missed in India annually because of this gender-biased sex selection, amounting to about 3% of female births. UNFPA India report, not my figures. Although this is gradually changing with many of the government programs promoting the girl child, yet sons are still preferred to daughters because of the financial burden associated with their upbringing and the patriarchal mindset. Literacy rate. As per the National Statistical Office report, Indian literacy stands at 77%. Male literacy stands at 84%. Female literacy 70%, which means that even today, female literacy is lower than the national average. With the implementation of various girl child schemes, the gap between the male literacy and the female literacy is slowly narrowing over time. But according to data, there are still 186 million females in India who cannot read or write in any language. This is definitely a cause of concern because, as we all know, girls who receive an education are less likely to marry young and more likely to lead healthy, productive lives. They earn higher incomes, participate in the decisions that most affect them, and build better futures for themselves and their families. Girls' education strengthens economies and reduces inequality. Crime against women. In 2021, the total number of rape cases in India was 31,677, which means that every day there are 86 rape cases taking place, which means that there are 3.5 cases every hour. This effectively means that during this 1 hour inaugural session, there are 3 rape cases that have taken place somewhere in India. India also has an alarming trend of dowry death, according to which 18 women die every day as a result of dowry-related harassment, either murdered or compelled to commit suicide. According to National Crime Records Bureau, on an average, every hour, a woman succumbs to dowry death in India, with the annual figure of 6,800. According to National Crime Records Bureau, in 2021, there has been an 87% increase in reported incidents of crime against women, from 228,650 in 2011 to 4,28,278 in 2021. In fact, according to a survey which was done in 2019, India was ranked highest in the list of dangerous countries for women, with over 400,000 reported crimes against women in that year alone. The situation has not changed much in 2021, and India ranks 148 out of 170 countries in women, Peace and Security Index 2021. Women in decision making. Women make up 48.5% of India's population, yet their presence in key decision making positions, be it in governance, law enforcement, or corporate leadership, is far from proportionate. Only 14.7% of parliamentary seats is held by women. And women's presence in managerial positions is only 15.9%. The sole exception as of today is the Gram Panchayats, where Indian laws provides for women's reservation. The 7th edition of Deloitte's Global Latest Women in Boardroom report in February 2022 revealed that women hold 17.1% of the board seats in India. In the judiciary, presently, there are only 3 sitting female judges out of 34 judges, that is 8.8%. And in high courts, only 107 out of 788 sitting court judges, that is 13.5%. As of June 2023, none of the 25 high courts in India have a women chief justice. This is notwithstanding the fact that India has had women in the cabinet and as leaders of the nation, and as someone rightly pointed out, even the head of the state today. Women in decision making contributes to positive transformation for societies, such as changes in laws, policies, services, institutions, and social norms. It is important to make sure that women's voices on decisions affecting their lives, the lives of their families, and the wider community are heard for the improvement of the quality of their life in every layer of the society. Therefore, women must be a part of the decision-making process in every area and have equal power and numbers with women. It is the responsibility of the society to ensure that women are given the opportunity to participate equally in all decision-making levels, and that the institutions have a variety of people and communities that they represent. As a society, we have been encouraging women to be educated, financially secure, and independent. However, as an ecosystem, we should also be prepared to share the responsibilities traditionally borne by women alone. There is no one-size-fits-all for empowerment. What empowers one woman may not empower another. Nevertheless, to comprehend the relational dynamics of power and positive change at multiple levels in various settings and across time, empowering women would require a systematic and concerted effort from the government, private sector, and civil society. As the focus shifts towards inclusive economic structures, providing women with leadership opportunities and making them part of the decision-making can go a long way in achieving women's empowerment. We all know that investing in and empowering women and girls is popular and all-pervasive. It is no surprise to us that the Sustainable Development Goals include not only gender-specific actions and statistics, but also an entire goal dedicated to gender parity, achieve gender equality, and empower all women and girls. It's a goal that I, as a woman, believe in wholeheartedly, not only because women are people and deserve equal rights, but also because investing in and empowering women unlocks a flood of potential for the whole world. Women are an often untapped resource that has the potential to improve livelihoods, economic outputs, productivity, and human life itself. Therefore, as Kofi Annan had rightly put in, promoting gender equality is not only women's responsibility, it is the responsibility for all of us. Thank you. And this last sentence especially, let you know when you have a gender sensitization or gender class, we should have more men here than women, because it is not only the women's responsibility to ensure that she progresses, it is the men who should also contribute and see that she achieves certain success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable practical insights. Your factual assessment has really provided the necessary impetus for both discussion and action on this big topic. We would now like to offer a memento for our sincere appreciation to our guest of honor. I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor to do the honor. I request Sudeshna Chaudhary to assist our Vice Chancellor, sir. Now, I would like to request Dr. Smriti Shikha Chaudhary, Assistant Professor, Moniram Devan School of Management and co-convener of this seminar, to offer the formal vote of thanks for this inaugural session.
I, on behalf of Krishnakanta Henrik State Open University, first of all extend my heartiest thanks to our Chief Guest, Sri Pavitra Margarita, Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, who spared time from his busiest schedule to grace the occasion. I would like to thank our guest of honor, Srimati Nandita Hazarika, Director Independent Netflix Guwahati, for gracing the occasion. Today we have an opportunity to hear your thoughts on women in decision-making roles. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. Thank you, ma'am. I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajendra Prasad Dasji, for his constant support and encouragement in organizing the seminar. I would like to thank the Chairman of this seminar, Professor Nitendra Narayan Sharma sir, for his support and guidance. My heartiest thanks to all the faculty members from different colleges and universities for their participation. I like to thank our Registrar in charge, Professor Pranjit Bora sir, and all the directors and officers of this university for their participation and encouragement. I like to thank all the faculty members of the university for their help and support. I like to extend my thanks to the multimedia team, technical support team, and all the learners, research scholars, and participants present here for their active participation. At last but not least, my heartiest thanks to National Commission for Women, New Delhi, for sponsoring the seminar. Thank you all.
Thank you. To conclude the inaugural session, I would like to request everyone to kindly rise up for the national anthem.